right, welcome to another edition of Golf at the Lakes. I'm with John Young, the PGA golf professional here at Balmoral Golf Course.
Thanks, Chris.
John, nice to see you. John and his wife are the owners here, right? And we've got a nice kind of historical perspective today of Balmoral Golf Course. You're celebrating your 50th year here, not John personally, but the golf course, and its inception back in 1961.
Yep.
Take us through that a little bit, John.
A guy by the name of Arnie Hemquist, who was from Oaks, North Dakota, and Fargo, North Dakota, had a cabin down on Blanche Lake, and in the late 50s, he kind of had the idea to build a 9-hole golf course down here. And at the time, I mean, it was a pretty big undertaking. Golf wasn't the golf business and the amount of golf courses weren't quite what we know now. But they built 9 holes in 1960 and then opened in 1961. And then about 10 years later, they built another 9 holes. And at the time, that was the only 18-hole golf course down in this area.
So put it in perspective. You had no Thumper Pond, 9 holes at Perm, you said.
Yep.
Probably in DL, you only had Iron Man and maybe 9 holes over there at the country club. So, yeah, this was a big deal. Huh?
Yeah, for them to actually have an 18-hole privately owned golf course.
As you know, anybody who wants to build a golf course or own a golf course is a little crazy.
Yes.
Yes. So you and I are both a little crazy for owning golf courses.
Yeah.
And then someone who wants to come along in the early 60s, late 50s, want to build a golf course with the equipment back then. You know, the little antiquated equipment.
You've heard the story, right? You know, the best way to make $1 million in the golf course business is start with 4.
That's right. That's a good point.
But
yeah, so I'm sure pushing dirt around and everything was really tough in that day. I'm sure he had his members picking rocks out of the fairways and grooming them over the couple of years, and that must have been something else.
But what we've heard from people is how the golf course was, how proud the people who live in this area were of the golf course. And what Arnie Hemquist started, and then his son Mike took over the golf course after him, and they made it into a successful venture, and also just a key feature of the Otter Tail Lake area here.
And you've had your celebration, and you've had your 50th-year celebration, and you're celebrating these people that have been in the area for a while and played here for 50 years. Yeah,
we have sent a letter out to all of our customers and members, and then we've gotten responses that 11 people have golfed the golf course every year for 50 years that it's been open.
Wow.
And, just some of the people, the guy said, I worked out here when I was 16 years old, and then I worked in Wadena my whole life, and then now I live out here full time, and, guy golfed here every year for 50 years, or a couple that lives across the street on Otter Tail Lake. They're in their late 70s, but the two of them have played together on this golf course every year for 50 years in a row. And I kind of made a comment to him that's more that's more of a feat for you and your wife, obviously, than for the golf course.
Yeah.
But we're very happy to have people like that.
Good for you guys to honor them and also have a historical perspective of a nice piece of property that has been well maintained and groomed over 50 years. That's nice of you to see that.
There's a photo of Arnie Hemquist and his son Mike and daughter Jan and their family back in the early days. You can see the little hams or grain belt beer cups, and it's definitely bingo every Thursday night, and it's the kind of place it was, and kind of neat.
Well, in 2011, you're an 18-hole facility, and you're in wonderful shape, and give them a phone number or two they can call to get out here and play this 50-year-old facility that's now 18 holes and in great shape.
Yeah. Our 800 number is 800-943-2077. We have a Battle Lake line, which is 218-864-5414, and an Otter Tail line, which is 218-367-2055. On the web, you can find out more about us at golfbalmoral.com. You can also make tee times online at our site. And, the spring this year has been a little cold and not not that great, but as summer is starting now, we're in great shape, and we're looking forward to a kind of a special year for us here in 2011.
Well, congratulations on the 50 years, and congratulations on carrying on the tradition of Balmoral Golf Course here in Battle Lake. So that's another edition at Golf at the Lakes.
Play Golf at the Lakes is sponsored by Balmoral Golf Course, Battle Lake, Blueberry Pines Golf Club in Monaga, Detroit Lakes Country Club and Lakeview Golf Course, Headwaters Country Club in Park Rapids, Herb Lakeside Golf Club, Thumper Pond in Otter Tail, Wildflower at Fair Hills,